Welcome to this Power Teacher Gradebook screencast. The screencast is specifically for elementary K through 6 teachers of math and literacy. This screencast is going to go over what the primary and secondary standards are in the gradebook. So let's take a look at that. So again, this is only for math and literacy teachers. When you're in the gradebook and you go to your grade setup tab and you set up your term, so let me zoom in here a little bit so you can see this. So let's set up trimester 3. If I double click on trimester 3, this is all the same process as in the past. I'm going to choose term weights and standard weights, and that's going to turn on the standards box, where down here below I have the add standards button. This is where I go to add my standards. You will notice that your math or literacy standards have these primary and secondary standards. The secondary ones are the ones that are kind of fall under or are a subset of the primary standard. When you do your gradebook setup, you will still continue to check all of your content standards. If you see any standards that start with SHB, this particular gradebook I'm in right now does not have them, but some of our literacy teachers may still see the SHBs. Do not check any of the SHBs, just like any other teacher. Nobody is checking SHBs as part of term or trimester setup. So you'll check all your content standards, click OK. All of those will be in. That's all you have to do here. You don't have to do any weighting or change anything there. You'll click Save. That's just the setup portion for math and literacy teachers. Again, same process. Just make sure you're checking all of those content standards. Let's take a look at what this looks like then. When you're in the score sheet, and you have created an assignment, you've got your little green S for standards here. When you want to add standards to the assignment, if I double click on the assignment, or if I'm creating the plus to add a new assignment, everything works same here as in the past. You'll add all your information about the assignment. You'll go to the standards tab, and this is where you'll check off your standards. Now notice the primary standards are grayed out, meaning you should not select them. You can't select them. You will only add any of your secondary standards, and in the final grade setup area, and I'll show you that next, these all roll up into the primary standard. So you would come in here, you would still check off any standards that you need to add for that assignment, click Save when you're done, and just like in past, you would check off the assignment as it's being collected, and then you still put in a number value for our standards between 0 and 4. And you can use halves, as you can see here in this example. So that's how you mark your assignments. In the final grades, this will look different than for math and literacy teachers only. When you come into the final grades area, you'll see all your standards listed across here. You'll see there's kind of a gear icon behind the primary standard. This is just a visual indicator that this is the primary standard for all of these other ones that act as the secondary standards. You can also see this blue line continues up here, kind of groups all of this together under this one primary standard. If I move over, you'll see here all these green ones are grouped under this primary standard. So these are all secondary, these lighter green, to this darker primary standard. As you put your assignments in and you mark standards, you'll see per standard, you'll see the breakdown of what the student has obtained for that standard. This then averages for these secondary standards. These all average into the primary standard. So this is an average, a compilation of all of these standards that fall under it. So I just wanted to point out how that works behind the scenes and what will be reported out on the report card. The primary standards will be reported out on the report card. So that is the only difference for math and literacy teachers K-6, is just understanding that as you do that, your secondary standards will roll up into your primary standards. And that is it for this screencast. Thanks for watching.